The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of the 2022 8th Region Boys Basketball Tournament from Henry County High School starts now.
Good evening from Henry County High School. Glycod is on the air. 8th Region Championship matchup. North Oldham, Gary Forrest, and Woodford County.
Well, this is what you play for all year long, Chris. And for North Oldham, it's a reminder of last year when they came up one game short. For Woodford, sort of a new experience. And I'll look for a good one tonight.
Yeah, Mustangs 17-12. They have righted the ship here. They played two very solid games in the 8th Region Tournament. And a nice win last night versus Collins, 48-41.
Very much so. Let's take North first. You know, North just got into 2-3 and sort of dared Collins to make threes. And Collins didn't make threes. As good as Collins is athletically, they did not shoot the ball well from the outside. And it was sort of the same old script for North. You know, Dallas Roberts led them, but for the first half, he made everybody else better. Didn't score a point. And then the second half, it was time for him offensively to open up a little bit, and they were able to sneak out a close win.
Some big plays by Keaton Witt. We will talk about his progress as this evening continues. Woodford having, Gary, a historic season now, 27-5. Haven't been to the state tournament since '86.
Yeah, it's been a while, and even then, it was in another region. You know, this is a school that's located less than 20 miles from Lexington, and the powers to be a couple years ago, trying to balance some things out, moved Woodford to the 8th Region. Ironically, three other schools lie between us and Woodford. The Frankfort schools, somehow they missed them.
Yellow Jackets, nice win last night versus a good Oldham County team, 69-65. What stood out as you watched?
Well, their persistence, and, you know, second night in a row watching the Yellow Jackets play, and they've got a freshman that's unbelievably good. You know, he's got great athletic genes in Johnson, and they got a 6'7" guy in the middle last night against Oldham's two big uns. I had him for 12 block shots and at least 5 other altered shots. And when you can do that, you know, you take away a team's inside play, that's a great stopper.
Both teams have a solid front court, and there are so many storylines we will divulge into tonight. North Oldham and Woodford, as you see, 26 minutes ahead of tip-off. Up next, our Gary Forrest converses with David Levitch, trying to take the Mustangs to the Sweet 16 for the first time in school history. That conversation next on Glycod.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
Crestwood Coin Laundry, Oldham County's leading laundromat for over 25 years. Located at 6520 West Highway 146, Crestwood Coin Laundry offers state-of-the-art facilities in a clean, inviting atmosphere. You can wash and dry clothes yourself, or you can drop off your clothes in the morning and have them back clean, dry, and folded that afternoon. Their extra-large washers are perfect for comforters and large items, and all larger machines accept credit cards. They're open at 8 on weekdays and 7 on weekends for your convenience. Stop in or visit them online, CrestwoodCoinLaundryKY.com.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828, Metro Windows.
Kevin Woosley is a lifelong Oldham County resident. He's been a public servant for 30 years and is a former Kentucky State Police 911 administrator. Currently the District 3 Fiscal Court Magistrate, Kevin is a responsive politician. He favors improved broadband internet, more affordable housing, plus new roads and schools to meet the demands of a growing county. Re-elect Kevin Woosley for District 3 Magistrate.
I'm Kevin Woosley, and I approve this message.
Paid for and approved by Kevin Woosley for Magistrate.
Winter is coming. The Farmer's Almanac is predicting a rough winter with teeth-chattering cold. Don't be caught unprepared. Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a special $99 HVAC checkup. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. We are fully stocked and prepared, and 90% of our calls are repaired that day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Thompson Heating and Cooling in LaGrange. For trusted on-time service, call Thompson at 502-817-3105. Thompson, making people comfortable. ThompsonHeating.net.
Reporting to you live tonight from Henry County High School 8th Region Boys Finals. I'm here with Coach Dave Levitz from North Oldham. Coach, second time in a row. Learned something from last year. Hope to carry over this year.
Yeah, last year was a good experience for a lot of our kids because we have a lot of returning players. Dallas, Ian, Luke, Scales played a lot last year, so we have a lot of guys that are coming back this year. Last year was a little different because of COVID, so the crowd obviously will be a little, I'm sure, deeper this year, but I think our guys learned a lot last year. It's a different matchup, obviously, from playing Oldham County again, but I think they're ready for it.
Keys, Coach. You know, they were awfully athletic last night.
Yeah. They're athletic, but also we have Ian and Luke, so I feel like we match up well with them. We're just going to have to get back in transition, especially rebound the ball and not turn over against the press because they're very active in their press. But when they get in the half court, the pressure kind of comes back a little. So I think if we can really, beat the press and run our stuff, we should be in good shape on offense, hopefully.
I look at their stats, and surprisingly, their three-point percentage is fairly strong.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of deceiving, though. They only make 6 a game, but they also shoot 16 free throws a game. So I feel like their main goal is really to get to the rim. But they're definitely capable because a lot of their guys are over 40%. But I feel like they're more selective. But also you can't let Jasper Johnson get hot because he's very good. And, he shoots from the parking lot sometimes.
Late in the game last night, close ball game, and a sophomore starter hadn't scored, knocks down a three, just another day in the park.
Yeah, no, he's played really well for us, and he was 0 for 4 coming in at that point, but obviously he's a good shooter, and he had to take the shot, and he made it, and I wasn't really surprised because he's been starting for us for over a month now, so he's played in a lot of big games.
He really seems comfortable in that position now.
Yeah, 100%. When Fisher got hurt, he stepped right in, and he's been really good against, in our district games with big crowds and a lot of big important games, and he's been really good.
Coach, your depth may be the difference tonight.
Yeah, we last night we kind of went to the 4 guards in the second half, but Miles Gay is going to have to play a lot tonight probably because they're very physical and athletic, and we do have a lot of size as well. So our depth, and Keaton Witt played really well last night, who's our usually our 8th or 9th man, and a lot of guys can step up at the right time, and hopefully they do tonight.
This is Gary Forrest reporting from Henry County High School, where tonight 8th Region Finals, North Oldham versus Woodford County. You've just listened to Coach Dave Levitz, and second year in a row in the finals. This year hoping to pull them through.
Range Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance is the #1 property and casualty insurance provider in Kentucky. With local agents, our members enjoy an unmatched level of dedication and service. KFB's rates are affordable and our local claims service is quick and efficient. Call or come in today and let us show you the Kentucky Farm Bureau insurance difference. In Lawrenceburg, contact Agency Manager David Taylor or Agent Ashley Nesbitt at 1056 Bypass South. Phone 502-839-4186. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg for 20 years, Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank. With a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff, Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Robert Lane is not a seasoned politician. He grew up in Oldham County and has been in the trenches alongside first responders for over 20 years. As sheriff, he will provide fresh, community-oriented policing perspectives while maintaining a duty to serve citizens fairly and impartially. Vote for a candidate with a servant's heart. Vote Robert Lane for Oldham County Sheriff, committed to community.
I'm Robert Lane, and I approve this message.
Paid for and approved by Robert Lane for Oldham County Sheriff.
You're tuned in to the 8th Region Boys Basketball Tournament from Henry County High School on Glycod.
8th Region Boys Championship live from Newcastle, Henry County High School. The side, I'm Chris LeBar along with a cast of thousands. Gary Forrest on color, Takevian Gauss, our producer, Clint Goins, outstanding camera operator tonight. Coach, let's digest these keys to the game from Robert Lane for Sheriff, and I know we both have a lot of points to mention.
Well, first of all, if you're Woodford County, you really want to limit North's inside play. They've got two good ones inside in Anderson and Higdon, and so it'll be a challenge right there. You want to keep turnovers really to a minimum. And last night they started off the game, turned the ball over a lot, got behind, and they seem to be streaky at best. Remember, they'll play a lot, 3 freshmen, and then they need to make perimeter shots. If you're North Oldham, first thing you want to do is slow down Johnson. Jasper Johnson, one of those freshmen we're talking about, averages around 20 a game, 7 rebounds, and he's what makes them go. Okay, you have to win against the 2-3. I think North's going to show that 2-3 again tonight and dare them to make shots. And then you want to win the inside game if you're North. So the same scenario, you want Higdon and Anderson to rule the insides.
North Oldham has much more experience. This is a junior-laden team. They were in this same spot last year. Woodford's so talented, but awfully young. Could that be a factor?
It could be, but, you know, today's freshmen aren't like yesteryear's freshmen. You know, Woodford's got 3 of them that play a lot. One of them is their leading scorer, and they've gone through a year already. They played 30 games, so they're really not freshmen anymore, and they play key roles, so you never know. I've seen seniors get in a game and get starry-eyed.
And from a Woodford standpoint, so much talent, so much athleticism and strength in the backcourt. Could they force Roberts, Neal, and Skills to really have to defend?
Well, last night they did exactly that against Oldham. You know, Oldham's backcourt had, you know, through volume and numbers, handled things their own. But last night they really sped them up, turned them over, and as a result, got easy shots in transition.
Woodford County 27-5, North Oldham 17-12. Up next, we will chat. Actually, we were planning on chatting. We're going to instead discuss this Woodford County Arsenal. Such a tremendous season they're having. We'll take a look at that when we come back on Glycod.
Robert Lane is not a seasoned politician. He grew up in Oldham County and has been in the trenches alongside first responders for over 20 years. As sheriff, he will provide fresh, community-oriented policing perspectives while maintaining a duty to serve citizens fairly and impartially. Vote for a candidate with a servant's heart. Vote Robert Lane for Oldham County Sheriff, committed to community.
I'm Robert Lane, and I approve this message.
Paid for and approved by Robert Lane for Oldham County Sheriff.
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance is the #1 property and casualty insurance provider in Kentucky. With local agents, our members enjoy an unmatched level of dedication and service. KFB's rates are affordable and our local claims service is quick and efficient. Call or come in today and let us show you the Kentucky Farm Bureau insurance difference. In Lawrenceburg, contact Agency Manager David Taylor or Agent Ashley Nesbitt at 1056 Bypass South. Phone 502-839-4186. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Today's game is presented in part by Sweet Mash, a great little store in the heart of Lawrenceburg.
Sweetmash.com.
Opened by two spirited Bearcat alumni who are proud community supporters, Sweet Mash carries a unique array of Southern goods, gifts, and apparel. Visit them at 101 South Main Street, just across from Lawrenceburg City Hall, or shop online at sweetmash.com.
A plan for the future is a plan for peace of mind. At Ritchie and Peach Funeral Home. Proud supporters of the Lady Bearcats and locally owned by 1985 AC graduate Brian Ritchie, they have been serving Lawrenceburg since 1991. Visit ritchieandpeach.com or phone 502-839-5151. Ritchie and Peach Funeral Home, 701 North Main Street, helping you create the tribute of a lifetime.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. We're talking paint colors today. Tommy, what are the hottest colors this season?
The hottest colors are gray. Grays are trending. You also have taupes, off-white. Benjamin Moore has over 4,000 colors, so we can find something that you like.
So if I wanted to color match my shirt, you could do it?
I can do it. We take our little color spectrometer here. We'll take a picture of your shirt, tells us what color it is. We have true color lighting, so it helps us get the true color to match your color.
Do you have any tips for us to ensure a successful paint job?
The best tip I can give you is use the proper tools. You want to use a good paintbrush, you want to use a good roller. People always grab a roller frame, they just want to roll a wall. Grab a pole, whether it be an expensive good one, inexpensive wood one. It makes the job go so much easier when you're rolling that wall out.
The team at Watts Home Center can answer all your painting questions, so come on out to their location here in LaGrange. I'm Lindsay Cox for WDRB Home Design.
Today's game is presented in part by Sweet Mash, a great little store in the heart of Lawrenceburg.
Sweetmash.com.
Opened by two spirited Bearcat alumni who are proud community supporters, Sweet Mash carries a unique array of Southern goods, gifts, and apparel. Visit them at 101 South Main Street, just across from Lawrenceburg City Hall, or shop online at sweetmash.com. You can also follow this boutique gift shop on Instagram at Sweet Mash Goods.
Sweetmash.com.
Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. Colossians 3:23. Stinnett Plumbing, proudly serving Oldham County with a complete array of services from faucet fixes to bathroom renovations. Locally owned, built on integrity, and committed to bringing exceptional quality work to you. On call 24 hours a day for emergency repairs. Phone 502-690-3070. Stinnett Plumbing. You're tuned in to the 8th Region Boys Basketball Tournament from Henry County High School on Glycod.
Back in Newcastle, it's North Oldham and Woodford County to settle the 8th Region champion here in 2022. This Woodford County group, Gary, awfully young, awfully experienced. Jasper Johnson leading the score at 13 a game.
Yeah, he's one of those freshmen. He's feast or famine. He's very athletic. He's liable to shoot 5 in a row and maybe not hit anything. And then the next 5 in a row, nothing but net. He's very heady. Comes from an athletic family. His dad was an All-American at UK. Great football player. His grandfather was a longtime coach, so he's got the good bloodline.
Jackson Twomley second in scoring and tops in rebounding at 8 a game. What has impressed you about his play this week?
Well, Twomley is the big guy who would prefer to shoot the ball outside. Last night they didn't start him, brought him in off the bench, and I think it was maybe they were thinking they might have foul problems and they would have a big come off the bench. But he still came in and got double figures.
Makai Smith also involved, Tyler Doyle and Aiden Nelson, John McCreer. A lot of depth from positions 3 through 7.
Chris, Nelson is the guy to watch. He may be the single most athletic player on the team. And he can get things going. Solid defensive player, and offensively, he's going to take it to the rim and dare anybody to get in his way.
This Woodford County Yellow Jacket offense averaging 64 per, giving up, as you see, 52. That lone loss inside the 8th region, only by 1 point to Collins. And there's been sentiment really since early December that Woodford, on paper, perhaps the best team all year in the 8th region.
Well, you know, they were sort of product unknown early as they had 6 transfers. So it took them a while to get used to one another. But, you know, Oldham, one of the picks to maybe come out, went up and played them early and got spanked up at Woodford.
Jerron Brown for the Jackets, season 3, and you'd be hard-pressed to find a coach with the accolades that Coach Brown does. Certainly a key part of the Bryan Station program, and plays up at Pitt, and 3 Sweet 16s for Coach Brown.
Yeah, very much so, and you know, now he's out in Woodford County, and things already seem to have turned around.
So his accolades, Coach Brown, both Coach Brown, Coach Levitch, former players that have had success at the high Division I level. And we're starting to see that trend in high school basketball.
Well, I think so. And sometimes it's someone who played at the collegiate level. You know, there's always the sentiment, are people better if they were a player, or maybe if they were on the team, didn't play as much and got to study the game? And they'll be debating that for a long time.
Go back to Stu Morrill. That's a name we haven't heard for forever. Coach at Utah State back in the day. They had all those successful programs. He looked like a CPA, but yet all the success they had. So I guess it really doesn't matter.
Well, having played against Stu Morrill, I can tell you, he could play.
North Oldham and Woodford County lineups, all that sort of stuff when we come back. Great to have you here tonight on Glycod.com, and we'll be right back.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
Are you looking for a realtor to help you buy or sell your property? Then look no further than John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher. John has helped hundreds achieve their goals through buying and selling real estate. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading to a larger home, or downsizing as an empty nester, John will work with you to help you get where you want to go. For a realtor that has supported the community for over 20 years and who has creative ideas, consistent communication, and dependable results, call John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher at 502-598-8378.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
I started smoking probably around 11 or 12 years old, you know, and then within a couple of years, of course, it's just part of your life. I quit in 2012 on May 2nd, about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, in the parking lot of the hospital I was about to get admitted to because my left lung had collapsed. I was in the hospital for over 2 months. And then I was home with a tube coming out of my chest for about 6 weeks after that. So, and that's when I was diagnosed with stage 4. And eventually I will probably die from COPD. I had worked in the construction industry. I love to build things. In our old home, it was a fun place. And I built it all with my own hands, the walls, the ceiling, the floors. And that got taken away. We owned a boat, and I had to give it up. I couldn't physically handle it anymore. So we thought, well, let's maybe try to travel a little bit. So we bought a camper, and I had to give that up because I just couldn't, you know, it's physically demanding. So your world just keeps shrinking. When you lay in bed at night, you're by yourself, that's when it weighs on you.
You're You're tuned in to the 8th Region Boys Basketball Tournament from Henry County High School on Glycod.
Time now for your starting lineups. First for the North Oldham Mustangs, North 17-12 winners of 2 straight in this tournament. Dave Levitch, season 4, he's 53-55. An exemplary backcourt. Dallas Roberts, all 8th region, 6'1 junior, averaging 17. Jack Scale starting to get hot per usual in the regional, 6'4 junior at 12. Grant Neal, a 6'1 sophomore at 7. Up front, it's Luke Anderson, a 6'7 junior, 8 points and 8 boards. And Ian Higdon, all 8th region, 6'6 junior, 13, and a team-leading 9 boards. For Woodford County, they are coached by Jerron Brown in season 3, 52-33 in the Jackets, 27-5 this year. Jasper Johnson, all 8th region, as a freshman, team leading 13 per game. Mackay Smith, Tyler Doyle, Aiden Nelson, and John McCreer also play. And Aiden Nelson, coach, just a tremendous tournament.
Very, very good athlete. And, he's that guy that if somebody on the other team is maybe scoring a little more than you think they should, you just put him on them, and all of a sudden they quieten down.
Interesting to hear your conversation with Coach Levitch discussing Woodford's three-point shooting, because they're a little bit deceiving in how effective they are.
Very much so, and Oldham found that out last night. They're just good enough, but at the same time, they also don't just say, well, we shoot it pretty good, let's shoot more of them. And they keep a good balance. They're athletic enough where they can put it on the floor and take it, but they're also intelligent enough to realize when people get off of them, knock down a couple of threes. That'll always loosen things up.
This time of the year, both coaches, and really all programs, they tighten that rotation, and it appears to be that maybe North might be a player deeper, maybe 8, 7-ish. Is that how you see it?
Well, I think so, and that's one of the things we said after their win over Oldham in the early February's. I said the biggest change I'd seen in North was the fact that they were now using 9 and 10 kids. And against pressing teams and teams maybe that have injuries and stuff, if you can keep those numbers, now it's tough to satisfy minutes if there is a negative to it, but everybody likes to play.
Jackson Twomley does not start for Woodford. He will receive ample time. He's their 6th man supreme, all 8th region, 13 points and 8 rebounds. Those are the starting lineups. Tip-off when we come back. 8th Region Boys Championship game. We'll have it for you next on Glycod.
Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg for 20 years, Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank. With a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff, Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. We're talking paint colors today. Tommy, what are the hottest colors this season?
The hottest colors are gray. Grays are trending. You also have taupes, off-white. Benjamin Moore has over 4,000 colors, so we can find something that you like.
So if I wanted to color match my shirt, you could do it?
I can do it. We take our little color spectrometer here. It will take a picture of your shirt, tells us what color it is. We have true color lighting, so it helps us get the true color to match your color.
Do you have any tips for us to ensure a successful paint job?
The best tip I can give you is use the proper tools. You want to use a good paintbrush, you want to use a good roller. People always grab a roller frame, they just want to roll a wall. Grab a pole, whether it be an expensive good one, inexpensive wood one. It makes the job go so much easier when you're rolling that wall out.
The team at Watts Home Center can answer all your painting questions, so come on out to their location here in LaGrange. I'm Lindsay Cox for WDRB Home Design.
A plan for the future is a plan for peace of mind. At Ritchie and Peach Funeral Home, proud supporters of the Lady Bearcats and locally owned by 1985 AC graduate Brian Ritchie, they have been serving Lawrenceburg since 1991. Visit ritchieandpeach.com or phone 502-839-5151. Ritchie and Peach Funeral Home, 701 North Main Street, helping you create the tribute of a lifetime.
From Glycod, it's the 2022 8th Region Boys Basketball Tournament. Tonight's game is brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service, outdoor equipment specialists who make your life easier. By Century Bank in Lawrenceburg, our community, your bank. By Metro Windows, installers of high-quality windows. By Thompson Heating and Cooling, where your comfort comes first. By LaGrange Service Center, quality car care since 1964. By Watts Home Center in LaGrange, design that feels like home. By State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilley. Robert Lane for Oldham County Sheriff. Roy's Body and Glass Shop. John Reynolds Realtor. And by Lawson Financial. Now to courtside at Henry County High School for all the action of the 2022 8th Region Basketball Tournament from Glycod.
Range Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900 or visit lawsonfinancial.net.
You're tuned in to the 8th Region Boys Basketball Tournament from Henry County High School on Glycod.
A great crowd on hand as we welcome you back to Newcastle, site of the 8th Region Boys Basketball Tournament. It's Woodford County and North Oldham. A glance at the series. This the 5th meeting, tied at 2, and the officials out of the 6th and 7th region. Gerald Gray, a familiar name. He'll be joined by Swift and Montano. Well, Gary, a pivotal early start important for both teams.
Oh, I think so. You know, there's an Addies, that team that settles down first maybe has a little bit of an edge. You know, North haven't been here last year. Maybe that helps them. But Woodford, who knows? They're just young enough. It may not phase them a lick.
So the Mustangs' successive regional finals. This is Woodford County's first regional final since 2012. Of course, they were part of the 11th region at that point. They've not been to the Sweet 16 since '86. And North Oldham has never been. And always enjoy the stories of the state tournament because you'll have a new team every once in a while that adds some pizzazz to the field.
Yeah, very much so. It's always good to read about somebody else's successes and maybe the road to Rupp. Who knows? Yeah, always nice.
So both these teams will provide new blood to the Sweet 16. And we wish both these teams best of luck. Great to have you here tonight on Glycod.com. We're also streaming the 6th region, and they are going to tip off momentarily between Dawson and J-Town, so feel free to bounce back and forth. So the Mustangs, 17-12, Woodford 27-5. McCreer will jump opposite Higdon. I think Higdon's been ready to play since breakfast this morning.
This should be a good matchup. I'm looking forward to those two going at one another.
If you're watching from Versailles, number 3 in white has a motor. And we are underway.
Well, unlike last night, only one guy guarding Dallas Roberts to start with.
And Roberts will snare it near sideline.
Roberts last night in the first half, really the setup man, and Jack Scales, the beneficiary. He even dribble drive, kick the Scales.
There's Neal with the offhand.
Neal, I can count the number of games he's got the first shot. You know, he's a sophomore, but he doesn't play like one.
Hit a big shot last night in the waning moments for the Mustangs, as Johnson will touch it for the first time. Nelson pops through. That's going to be a handful for Scales. Now Doyle puts it on the deck.
North still in that 2-3, trying to match shooters.
As Johnson underneath us as the shot in the lane short from Makai Smith. Gobbled up by Higdon, and here comes Roberts as the Mustangs buy an early basket just underway. Woven to Dallas up top. Elbow J, and the rebound snared by Doyle. As Woodford County seeking a tie, 90 seconds gone by.
North 2-3 zone defense, ever so cautiously guarding Johnson.
Nelson, nice belt tie. Johnson flares one deep. And Woodford by a point.
Woodford token man-to-man.
And Roberts shadowed by Doyle, pair of underclassmen. Skip the Scales. And Roberts requesting a screen, and Anderson grants one. Roberts a three! So Dallas 1 for 2 to start. North Oldham by a bucket. Nelson to his spot. He'll skip it to Doyle. And Anderson, check that, Higdon mishandled the rebound and is put up and in by Nelson.
Nelson, very athletic, missed the first one, got the rebound, stuck it back in.
Roberts' left hand, pelvis high dribble. There's Roberts off a screen, a deep one, and it's going to crawl long. And the rebound gobbled up by Smith. There's Johnson with that extra gear and a mishandled pass there. As Scales runs it up to Neal, and he'll score. How about Grant Neal with 4 quick ones? And a 7-5 Mustang beginning. Nelson up top. Now Doyle angling right. Johnson pondered a deep three. He'll flash to Doyle. Now a trigger three. And Johnson 2 of 2. He's fun to watch, Gary.
Yeah, right now he is.
8-7 Woodford. Halfway through this opening quarter. Funneled back to Roberts. Dumps it down low. There's Higdon gonna put it on the deck. Muscles it up and in. Both teams efficient from the floor. North Oldham in a seesaw.
Very much so. And importantly, taking the shots that they want to shoot.
And Doyle will put it on the floor. What do you mean by that?
Well, a lot of times, you know, teams will invite you to shoot a shot they don't think you can hit. In this game, teams are shooting shots they normally take. Thus, you're familiar and you're better at that particular shot.
There's Nelson gazing over his right-hand shoulder. Very deliberate in the half-court set by the Jackets. As Doyle flings it to Nelson. And look at all that space Scales providing him with. Double team, Nelson skips it around the horn. Jab step from Doyle. Nelson flings a triple.
And
a rebound by Higdon, and the game's first foul underneath. It's on Woodford.
See, I don't think that's Nelson's shot. Nelson is athletic, but I believe I'd let him shoot those jump shots all night if I'm North.
That's John McCreer, the 6'8 junior, his first.
So McCreer with one early foul on the big one for Woodford.
As Roberts shadowed by Doyle. Handoff to Neal. Roberts finds Higdon. Higdon to a jump stop. 2 for 2
well, they're
from the floor.
Letting Higdon catch the ball in his happy spot. And 6'8 or not, you can't let good players do that.
Turnover, Mustangs corral it. It's Dallas Roberts is North by 3. Scales contemplated one from the corner.
Yeah, you got Nelson all over Scales.
Higdon bulls his way. 2 more for Ian.
3 for 3 for Higdon, all in the paint.
And all 8th region is Ian, and North by 5.
You look for a change, look for Tomby to come in. They're going to have to go with more size on Higdon because he's simply having his way inside on the smaller Woodford defender.
Nelson surveys his options for the Jackets. Now Doyle heaves a 3, and Roberts on the backside. Big early possession is North with momentum and a 5-point lead. Bounce pass near sideline beneath us is Roberts. High-low, Higdon from Anderson. And a foul underneath on Makai Smith, it appears.
Well, Woodford right now can't wait to make the change because right now, you know, Higdon's just abusing them in the paint.
So Higdon with 7.
Well, what they've done is, well, Chris, they've taken McLean sort of out of the game. He's having to guard Anderson and probably paying too much attention to Anderson, and that's left the middle open for Higdon.
And Higdon, razor sharp, he's got 8.
Very good game plan by the Mustangs.
15-8 North Oldham at that dead ball. Jackson Twomley and Brian White in for Woodford.
Twomley not the quickest of foot.
But he's got the best looking shoes, those teal sneaks. He'll have it for a moment anyway.
He's sporting my grandfather's earliest beard as well.
There's Nelson, but what a season he's had. The Frankfurt transfer. There's Smith, he'll feed the post. McCreer, and he'll leak it up. And it's swiped down there by Neal. Neal with his strong hand. High arc or no. The ball finds Scales on the backside. And in Mustang possession as a Woodford commits a foul.
Well, I think McCreer got a piece of the first one.
So Mustang trigger underneath. That'll be Higdon. Now Neal. Scales from distance. Mustangs on fire early. And a Woodford timeout. Scales knocks in a 3, a Woodford timeout. And we'll be right back on Glycod.
Looking for a realtor to help you buy or sell your property? Then look no further than John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher. John has helped hundreds achieve their goals through buying and selling real estate. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading to a larger home, or downsizing as an empty nester, John will work with you to help you get where you want to go. For a realtor that has supported the community for over 20 years and who has creative ideas, consistent communication, and dependable results, call John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher at 502-598-8.
You're tuned in to the 8th Region Boys Basketball Tournament from Henry County High School on Glycod.
A sizzling start for the Mustangs. They lead 18-8, waning moments, first quarter. B. Johnson shadowed by Scales as the Jackets try to score to close the frame. Johnson has his first 3 rim out, and North with an opportunity late as Roberts at 7 slides in. Neal spots And it's raining threes in Newcastle. Neal with 7. That'll take us to the second. North Oldham by 13 on Glycod.
Kevin Woosley is a lifelong Oldham County resident. He's been a public servant for 30 years and is a former Kentucky State Police 911 administrator. Currently the District 3 Fiscal Court Magistrate, Kevin is a responsive politician. He favors improved broadband internet, more affordable housing, plus new roads and schools to meet the demands of a growing county. Re-elect Kevin Woosley for District 3 Magistrate.
I'm Kevin Woosley, and I approve this message.
Paid for and approved by Kevin Woosley for Magistrate.
You're tuned in to the 8th Region Boys Basketball Tournament from Henry County High School on Glycod.
Back live in Newcastle, North Oldham scorching from the floor, Gary, leading by 13.
9 out of 11. So that's about as good as you can get. And, 4 of those are threes. And they've mixed it up. Different people are scoring.
Got Ian Higdon with 8, Grant Neal with 7. Roberts and Scales have each hit a 3. And Woodford up the hill, down 13 to start the second. Johnson in the corner, comes to a jump stop in the lane, swiped! Higdon down the hill for a bunny. Best we've seen him play all year, Gary.
Well, pretty much so. Usually foul trouble is the only thing that stops him, but right now no one is.
Nelson, far sideline. He'll smudge it out, and Roberts with the theft. Oh my, Scales feeling it. Anderson lassoed, and a North Oldham foul, apparently. Oh, check that. The way the official signaled with the right hand, I thought he signaled Anderson, but it will, however, be whistled on Aiden Nelson.
Right now, too little, too late for Woodford, with the exception of Johnson, no scoring.
There is Neal. He's going to try his luck from 3. Higdon with the board, poked, and that may be the second if it's on McCreer. They'll call Twomley his first 5th-team Woodford foul. As Higdon, 2 of 2 from the line, he'll have another pair. So much time left in this game, but the Jackets certainly don't want to spot North too many more.
No, but, a reminder, they got behind 10-2 last night against Oldham, and by halftime had gotten themselves rightened up.
Santonio Wade will handle it. He'll be on the floor, 5'11" freshman wearing number 0.
See, I don't see scoring on the floor for Woodford. Once Johnson's out, Nelson.
Scales to the deck, and that's going to be lassoed by Higdon.
Turnover number 4 for the Yellow Jackets. Not shooting it well, not handling it well, and not defending well.
Now Neal finds Roberts, who keeps his pivot foot in place. Higdon down low, little hook, and the rebound snared by Nelson.
The first time he's missed on that shot.
Now Wade threads the needle. Nice pass, and Twomley kisses it home. Twomley's first bucket.
2-2-1 press.
Roberts trails, purchase for 3. And Higdon, an outstanding pass.
Right now, Mustangs hitting on all cylinders.
Now Wade. As Nelson goes between the wickets, Twomley flings a 3 and an answer.
Twomley likes to shoot the ball outside for a big guy. He'd rather be out there than inside.
46% three-point shooter as Neal avoids a 10 call by finding Higdon. Now Scales wide open.
Got to wonder if North might have slipped over here this morning and got in some extra shots.
I think I saw some on the drive over. 31-13. My, what a start. That ball pinballed out off of, looked like Anderson. It will belong to Woodford.
You know, the scary thing now is, Chris, if Woodford doesn't get a little out of sync and try to hurry up and catch up, and if that's the case, they could be feast or famine.
Jasper Johnson is back in for the Jackets. And now White will handle it. Shot in the lane, a little bit short, but he got his own rebound, did White, and Roberts with a reach in. First Mustang foul at the 5:13 mark, the second quarter. It's on Dallas Roberts.
Well, right now it's a clinic on offense. The Mustangs running and scoring at will.
Johnson inside the lane, flings it up. He is so smooth. Jasper with 8. And North by 16 as we slide under 5.5. Roberts near sideline, nice grab up high. Poked out of there by Nelson, but right to Neal. And it's gobbled up by Johnson, but Scales gets it back for North and puts it in.
Everything going right for the Mustangs.
Woodford at the other end, and a North Oldham foul. Beating everyone back was Wade.
Mustang foul on 20K, his first, team second. And line shooting 2, San Antonio Wade.
Wade, a 58% foul shooter. He's having a solid freshman year, averaging 8 points per.
Always gives them good energy off the bench. Part-time starter, part-time sub off the bench.
He's got 2 points and an assist in limited time thus far. And North by 16, as you see as Neal weaves his way into front court, and an overplay and steal by White.
First turnover of the game for North.
Wade from 15, and Anderson elevates for the corral. Miles Gay on the floor for North. You heard Dave Levitch in the pregame talk about his likely significance tonight, as Roberts will handle up top. There's Gay. Check that. That's Anderson. Anderson back with the left.
Well, right now, Woodford with no answers on the defensive end.
Luke with his first field goal. All 5 Mustangs have scored. And an 18-point first half surprise. Now Wade, parallel with Nelson. Twomley with the screen. That may free Nelson up some. Nelson shakes and he bakes, and he has it blocked, partially blocked by Anderson.
Yep, Anderson got a piece of that one.
Neal and Roberts flung over now to Scales. Roberts will thrust it from the foul line, and it's a little bit long. And the rebound scooped up by Nelson. Now White to the bucket. Skip pass Wade. Blocked out of there by Neal, and he's on the sideline.
Well, you know, Chris, whereas last night it was Woodford getting all the deflected passes and shots, tonight North looks just a step quicker, and it's them who are getting deflections.
Keaton Witt in for North. He was so big last night, hit a couple of big shots, wearing number 4. And also Ian Higdon back on for North. Now Wade. Wade spotting for a 3. Swirls out. And Anderson with the vacuum. There's Witt. Finding Higdon, back to Witt. He'll heave a 3. Didn't take long.
Everything's clicking right now for North.
Unofficially 7 Mustang triples, and they lead 38-17. Twombly going to chisel his way in the lane. Now Smith from 15. His first field goal. Credit Twombly with the assist. And a foul, the 6-team foul on Woodford.
His first, team 6.
Witt will rifle it into Roberts. That last foul on Wade for Woodford. As Roberts sachets up the floor for North. Slithers in the lane for a bucket. Roberts with 8.
Well, I think Roberts has opened up the eyes of some people around the region who hadn't seen him play, and at this rate, he may give the opportunity to some people around the state.
Wade far sideline, still a full half and 1:20 left, but Woodford staring at a big deficit. Johnson.
Woodford just looks off balance, Chris. You know, this early onslaught, with the exception of Johnson.
There's a 3 off the mark from White. And Higdon finding Roberts. Under a minute in this half. Roberts off the dribble. Wow. As Johnson finds Wade, floats in the lane. This one's getting out of hand.
Yep.
30 seconds, a little more than that. Witt over now. Scales. Sure. Blowout City. Scales with 11. 25 ticks left. What a first half performance. Twombly. Mustang faithful on their feet to the lower right. At 4, who wants the shot? It'll be White. Halftime 8th region final. North Oldham, a dominant first half. Mustangs big on Glycod.
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance is the #1 property and casualty insurance provider in Kentucky. With local agents, our members enjoy an unmatched level of dedication and service. KFB's rates are affordable and our local claims service is quick and efficient. Call or come in today and let us show you the Kentucky Farm Bureau insurance difference. In Lawrenceburg, contact Agency Manager David Taylor or Agent Ashley Nesbitt at 1056 Bypass South. Phone 502-839-4186. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg for 20 years, Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank. With a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff, Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828, Metro Windows.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Metro Windows. Replace your old rotted windows today. Call Kyle at 502-550-1489. That's Metro Windows at 502-550-1489.
A complete and dominant first half as we welcome you back, boys. 8th Region Championship. Chris Labar along with Gary Forrest. North Oldham thumping Woodford. Tremendous from A to Z, Gary.
Well, where to start? Great offense, solid defense, one shot and you're out. Whereas we saw last night, Woodford against Oldham, constantly getting second and third attempts. Those have been all but just eliminated tonight. And then turnovers. Woodford with 6 turnovers, North Oldham with 1. So everything could go right, has gone right for the Mustangs.
Where do you start in terms of individual play? Higdon, outstanding on the low block.
Well, you can make a case for all the starters. Then you bring kids in off the bench, and they contribute, knocking down threes. 4 out of 6 threes for the Mustangs, and a solid 8 for 12 from twos.
Yeah, I had him at 7 threes unofficially, but tremendous shooting. Jack Scales, 11. Higdon, 12. Roberts, 10. Neal, 7. Witt, 3. And then Luke Anderson, 2. And you're in the North locker room, and you're David Levitch. I mean, what are you doing at this point?
Right now, you try to get them back to even kill, and you talk about, all right, that's one half. Don't watch the clock. Play with the same intensity and the same awareness in the second half as you had in the first. And you have to challenge them to do that. They're kids, and if you don't do that, every once in a while you have to threaten them a little bit and say, I'll take you out. So, talking to David before the game tonight, he talked about their first game in the region against Walton, who had 2 really good guards and shot a lot of threes, made a lot of threes. And we were talking about the same thing. He challenged his kids to not allow them to make more than 3 threes, which seems to be a pretty tough task. But, as he mentioned, he said, you know what? If you don't challenge them to something that's pretty difficult, they find it's easy if you set the goals too low.
For Woodford County, Jasper Johnson, 8. Jackson Twomley, 5. And then you've got Smith Nelson and Santonio Wade, each with 2. And other than a couple of big buckets from Johnson, just little else.
Well, I think Coach Levitz once again talked about they knew that the majority of the points were going to come from Johnson or around him, and the goal was limit his touches. They weren't going to stop him, they realized that, but eliminate the second effort points, and they have done that.
So you've got 16 minutes left, and you're down 26. And what's Woodford's mentality to start this third quarter?
Well, as Coach Brown, you got to know your kids. Can they take you getting on them? I don't think you get on them. If you do, I think they shut down completely, and it's over. And you got to start talking about, all right, we have to win little segments of the game. First 4 minutes of the third quarter, let's cut the lead. Let's try to maybe shave 10, 12 points off the third quarter. Then it becomes something that's doable in the fourth quarter. But, little chunks at a time.
Coming up on Thursday, Gary and I will be in Rupp for the girls' Sweet 16. We'll have it for you 8:30. I think it's the marquee matchup of the first round. Anderson County and Sacred Heart. How do you see that one?
Well, you got number 1 versus number 4. And we've been fortunate enough to ride this regional trail with Anderson, and we've seen them. They were started off the year ranked in the top 10, but I think since Christmas they've really, really improved. And they've got a great coach, they've got a great staff, and they challenge those kids every day. Don't let them rest on their laurels. And we saw them play different ways throughout the region, and I tell you what, I don't think I'd bet against them. And I know Donna Moyer's got a great team in Sacred Heart.
It should be an outstanding matchup. We'll have it for you pregame 8 o'clock on Glycod Audio on Thursday. Second half next, 8th Region Boys Final, North Oldham on top of Woodford on Glycod.
Want to replace your old, rotted, and drafty windows? What would your house look like with the newest and high-quality windows on the market? With just one call to Metro Windows, you can choose from a great selection of aluminum-clad, vinyl, and rot-free windows at an affordable price. And Metro Windows can also replace just the glass and failed windows, too. Their installers are Oldham County residents that take pride in their work and craftsmanship. Metro Windows has been locally owned for over 30 years and is the proud carrier of the Windsor window line. Give Metro Windows a call today at 222-7828. That's 222-7828, Metro Windows.
Crestwood Coin Laundry, Oldham County's leading laundromat for over 25 years. Located at 6520 West Highway 146, Crestwood Coin Laundry offers state-of-the-art facilities in a clean, inviting atmosphere. You can wash and dry clothes yourself, or you can drop off your clothes in the morning and have them back clean, dry, and folded that afternoon. Their extra-large washers are perfect for comforters and large items, and all larger machines accept credit cards. They're open at 8 on weekdays and 7 on weekends for your convenience. Stop in or visit them online, crestwoodcoinlaundryky.com.
A plan for the future is a plan for peace of mind at Ritchie and Peach Funeral Home. Proud supporters of the Lady Bearcats and locally owned by 1985 AC graduate Brian Ritchie, they have been serving Lawrenceburg since 1991. Visit ritchieandpeach.com or phone 502-839-5151. Ritchie and Peach Funeral Home, 701 North Main Street, helping you create the tribute of a lifetime.
Are you looking for a realtor to help you buy or sell your property? Then look no further than John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher. John has helped hundreds achieve their goals through buying and selling real estate. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading to a larger home, or downsizing as an empty nester, John will work with you to help you get where you want to go. For a realtor that has supported the community for over 20 years and who has creative ideas, consistent communication, and dependable results, call John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher at 502-598-8378.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg for 20 years, Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank. With a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff, Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member
Back to live action, second half underway. North Oldham 16 minutes away from their first ever Sweet 16. Anderson will find Higdon. Higdon quite the story with 12 points in the first half. He'll face on Nelson, muscle it up and in for two more.
Well, they switched defenders, put the more physical Nelson on him, but that didn't slow Higdon down.
Ripped away, and I think Neal got Jasper Johnson from behind.
Well, we're seeing the Higdon that we talk about so frequently, Chris. You know, aggressive, catch it in the middle, and watch sparks fly.
Johnson rips the free throw. He's got 9. Neal with his first foul. Johnson 67 made threes now on the year as that one swirls out. And Neal takes down the rebound. North led by 13 after one, then an explosion in the second quarter. And a big, big bulge here to start this third quarter. Foul line, that is Anderson, has it swiped away and flung back in play, but off from McCreer. He threw it right off of a teammate out of bounds. Off of Makai Smith. Scales to tap it in play underneath. Lofting it to Higdon. Near elbow, Roberts cuts. And the size will deny. Now Higdon with a ball fake. Punched out of there by McCreer. Over now to Roberts from Neal. Anderson Back out to a Scales triple. And finally, Woodford with the rebound as Doyle is fouled.
5 shots at it that time.
First foul on Luke Anderson. Second this half on the Mustangs. There you saw McCreer on that last sequence, exerting his length.
The key on McCreer, we kept saying last night, you have got to make him leave his feet first. He's so rangy, he'll let you shoot first and he'll still get it.
There is Smith. Now Nelson slices in the lane. With the offhand, the right hand, he'll draw a foul.
Nelson tends to try to do a little too much. He's a lefty, went right then, and quite frankly, I didn't think he had a chance at making the shot.
2 quick fouls on Luke Anderson as Nelson will have a couple of foul shots. The Roy rims friendly for Nelson. Nelson out with 4. And Roberts being badgered in backcourt. Roberts across to Scales. Now Neal perched for a corner 3.
Roberts never takes his eyes off the defense.
Neal now with 10. And a huge North Oldham lead. Neal got a hand on it. Now the ball loose underneath. Anderson in a scrum. And the arrow points Woodford way. There you see the corner 3 from Neal. He started the scoring for the Mustangs on the first possession for North. Doyle in the corner.
North right now playing a 2-3, but it's not traditional. Their out man is playing Johnson one-on-one, so really it's a 1-1-3.
With Neal at the top, there is Nelson flung over to Johnson for a 3.
And that's why he's good enough, you have to do that, but they didn't get to him in time then.
Jasper now with a dozen. It's a 25-point North Oldham lead. Neal finding Anderson back to the trailer. Roberts. Neal again for a 3. It's off the mark, and Higdon lucky not to have a foul call. Johnson, a deep one again.
Well, that was everything but in.
Over now, Nelson. And 5 to play in the third. Nelson initiating the defense. Doyle's 3 steered long. And Higdon, a strong rebound. As Roberts into forecourt. Nice reverse by Dallas. Off the mark as McCreer challenged that one as well. There is Johnson shaking and finding Nelson. Slides up and did everything but score. And Roberts out of the fray with it for North. Mini handoff to Roberts. Back to Neal, dumps it down. Anderson. He'll take it to the big one. Oh my, sent out of there. Johnson heaving a deep one. And ripped on the backside as Nelson from Mackay Smith, and Woodford walks. There you see the block as McCreer swats it out.
But I know some of the Oldham kids are probably still having those nightmares today.
With another year, you would think McCreer, his offense would develop and he would become a top player. He's got immense talent. As Nelson on the chasing end of Neal, and Neal lays it in. Neal with 12. There is White through contact. White's first field goal. And Higdon. The pass deflected by Jasper Johnson. It's loose. Diving on the floor is Smith. Woodford with numbers. Johnson drives for 2. And North Oldham with the quick 30 as Woodford brings it back to a 23-point North Oldham lead. We'll be right back on Glycod.
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance is the #1 property and casualty insurance provider in Kentucky. With local agents, our members enjoy an unmatched level of dedication and service. KFB's rates are affordable and our local claims service is quick and efficient. Call or come in today and let us show you the Kentucky Farm Bureau insurance difference. In Lawrenceburg, contact Agency Manager David Taylor or Agent Ashley Nesbitt at 1056 Bypass South. Phone 502-839-4186. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
You're tuned in to the 8th Region Boys Basketball Tournament from Henry County High School on Glycod.
Gary Jasper Johnson trying to ignite the Woodford comeback.
Really, and you know, he's an awfully fine player, but Woodford I don't think is built to make comebacks. And with the players they have on the floor, it's going to be a hard task.
They spotted North such a huge lead as Higdon finds Anderson up top. Now Roberts has it poked away from behind and a Woodford foul.
Ooh, caught a break, it looked like there. Woodford fans haven't had a lot to cheer about, but they can complain about that one.
Second on Santonio Wade, who's freshly inserted. Wade a couple points and an assist in the first half. First team jacket foul of this half. Post entry, backed out of there and picked away. There is Smith chiseling his way and Anderson back for the foul. So Anderson with 3 quick fouls in this quarter as Makai Smith 2 points on the evening. And Miles Gay back in for North Oldham. Miles played a couple of minutes in the first half. He'll sub out Anderson. Anderson will chat with North Oldham assistant and former U of L interim head coach David Padgett. And Smith now with 3. Roberts working against Wade, and Wade giving him no room at all, and a foul called.
Well, once again, this is not Roberts' first rodeo. He does a great job catching, squaring up, looking at the defense, and then making a good rip move by.
That's Wade's 3rd, by the way. The second jacket foul of the half as Roberts working against the backpedaling Wade. Higdon, top of the key. Now Roberts around a screen. Scales flashes, finds Neal, and he thought about it for a moment. Now Roberts, high-low, Higdon. No, and Twomley changed the shot. Gay gets the rebound, though. Extra pass, Neal. In North recycles. Scales. Overplay and a turnover. A great play by Makai Smith to force the miscue.
Smith had enough of trying to get the ball from Roberts. found the pickings maybe a little easier on Scales.
As Johnson into forecourt. White, Johnson, a triggered three. And Neal gobbles up the rebound, lofts ahead, and out of bounds off of Woodford County as both Scales and Smith in the vicinity. Aiden Nelson will check in at the next whistle. He's stationed at the scorer's table. And Higdon, belt high pass to Roberts, free for three. Off to the left. And poked out of play. It will belong to Woodford County. Keaton Witt is on for North. Hit a big three in the second quarter. First trip down the floor. He'll heave it in.
It's a good time to give Roberts a rest. Got the fourth quarter break coming up, so he can buy him about 3 minutes of rest time.
There is Nelson.
Interesting, Chris. McClure out of the game now because he's not an offensive threat.
That's Mackay Smith with the basket. His 5th point. 20-point North Oldham lead as we tiptoe under a minute in this third. Now Neal swiped away. That's Wade with the theft. And Wade for 2 more. So it's 18. Cross to Higdon, elbow jumper, little short. And Woodford on a flurry with Roberts on the sideline. There is Nelson weaving, and a North foul.
Yeah, I think the foul was on Witt. Crowd would like to think it was on Higdon, who got the clean block, but I think Witt got him on the floor.
It will be Keaton Witt, 15 Mustang foul, first on Witt, as Nelson struts the stripe for a pair.
Well, Woodford has been able to speed them up a little bit when Roberts went out. South's guards got a little careless with the ball, and a little mini run here for Woodford, but Roberts back in the game here with 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, the rest was short, to put it mildly. And Gay secures the Mustang rebound. In the remnants of this quarter, Witt's pass deflected, and Higdon fouled from behind by Mackay Smith. His second, team third. North by 28 at half. Check that, by 26 at half. It's now been sliced to 17. As Roberts in the half court. That's Witt, he'll dump it down low. Scales, and a shot not off in time, and that's going to take us to the fourth. North Oldham 52, Woodford County 35. Fourth quarter next on Glycon.
Kevin Woosley is a lifelong Oldham County resident. He's been a public servant for 30 years and is a former Kentucky State Police 911 administrator. Currently the District 3 Fiscal Court Magistrate, Kevin is a responsive politician. He favors improved broadband internet, more affordable housing, plus new roads and schools to meet the demands of a growing county. Re-elect Kevin Woosley for District 3 Magistrate.
I'm Kevin Woosley, and I approve this message.
Paid for and approved by Kevin Woosley for Magistrate. Today's game is presented in part by Sweet Mash, a great little store in the heart of Lawrenceburg.
Sweetmash.com.
Opened by two spirited Bearcat alumni who are proud community supporters, Sweet Mash carries a unique array of Southern goods, gifts, and apparel. Visit them at 101 South Main Street, just across from Lawrenceburg City Hall, or shop online at sweetmash.com. You can also follow this boutique gift shop on Instagram at Sweet Mash Goods.
Sweetmash.com.
You're tuned in to the 8th Region Boys Basketball Tournament from Henry County High School on Glycod.
Chris Labar, Gary Forrest, Cutie and Gauss, our producer, Clint Goins on camera. Great to have you with us. North Oldham, Woodford County winner to the Sweet 16 opposite Region 3 winner, McLean or Muhlenberg. Higdon on the inbound for North. Skip pass, that is Roberts. Anderson will hand it to Dallas. Roberts slithering in the lane. Up empty. It's Higdon with the follow, and now Anderson, all that size, but finally Twombly out with it for Woodford. This Jacket comeback, Gary's got to continue now. Nelson beneath us. Twombly will face and fire. And a rebound, Anderson. Whistle and a Woodford foul. That was kind of a soft whistle.
Yeah.
But it is a foul, the fourth team foul, the first on Doyle. Check that, the third on Smith, excuse me. It's the third on Mackay Smith. Roberts exchanging it with Witt.
I like what North's doing right now. Burn a minute.
Roberts conducting business. Middle segment of the floor. Pass deflected out of there, all that length from Nelson, propelling a fast break. Johnson's shot rejected, and it will belong to Woodford. Anderson touched it last.
Yeah, nice block.
Doyle and McCreer back in for Woodford.
See, last night, Doyle was part of the reason Oldham couldn't get a comeback, because he would make shots at the most inappropriate time for the Colonels. And tonight, he's been really a non-factor.
Nelson to trigger. And Wade dumps it to Nelson. Nelson slithering baseline, a strong drive. He's got 8. And it's down to 15 with 6 to play. North Oldham has led throughout. Up 26 at the turn. And Woodford now slicing it to 15. Foul underneath on Woodford. I believe a hold on Nelson. Team fifth and Nelson's third. So both teams 5-team fouls. Woodford with the arrow in their favor. And both teams, as you see at the bottom of your screen, a full complement of timeouts. There's a hurried three from Witt. And Woodford brings it down. It's Doyle. And the Jackets without Jasper Johnson on the floor. And a North Oldham foul. That is the very physical Nelson taking it up strong.
Well, you can kind of bet with the personnel on the floor right now that Nelson's the alpha dog. If he gets it, he's going to take it to the rack.
Second foul on Dallas Roberts. Nelson has that one stay home.
Nelson shoots an awfully flat free throw. We were talking about that last night, but he shoots a fairly good percentage.
62% tonight. 4 out of 5 from the foul line. The make will enable the Jackets to set up the press. And Roberts We'll take it to the sideline and a North Oldham 30-second timeout. Mustangs by 13. Be right back on Glycod.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
You're tuned in to the 8th Region Boys Basketball Tournament from Henry County High School on Glycod.
North Oldham by 13 as we welcome you back, boys. 8th Region Championship game, and slowly but surely Woodford making some plays to perhaps get back in this game.
Well, you know, they've still got a long way up the hill. Good timeout by Coach Levitz. Kind of settle them down, refocus. You know, you're playing 2-minute slots right now. Still neither team in the bonus. You've got good, solid guard play. Make sure they handle the ball and make good decisions.
Mustang ball side court. Wheat will fling it in to Roberts. And a 5-second violation. Ball pressure applied by White.
Well, Roberts didn't see the official counting. He thought he had broken the plane a couple of times, but no such luck.
Mustangs in a 2-3. And again, no Jasper Johnson, as Johnson now will race to the scorer's table. Under 5 is Wade Probes. Nelson pounding his way in the lane, and that's the 7th team North Oldham foul.
Well, you know, if you're North, it's what you don't want to do. You don't want to stop the clock and give your opponents time to score with the clock not running.
Nelson for 1 and 1. Second foul on Keaton Witt.
Well, you've got a fresh rested Johnson back into the game. You know, the amazing thing about him, Chris, he doesn't overtly force things. You know, even though he's their leading scorer, it's not like when he's got it, he's shooting it.
He shoots a very high percentage, at least tonight he has.
Well, you know, we saw that last night as well, and it's not like he's a volume shooter.
Nelson now with 11, 9 of which have occurred in this half. And North Oldham trying to put away Woodford, but they're having to earn it in this half, plus 11. Roberts being badgered coming up the sideline. Now it's Neal. Anderson, the quick hot tamale back to Neal. Higdon, Roberts free in the corner. Higdon had a chance to snare it, but touches it last. And Woodford trying to get under double figures.
Well, it's been a long time. As a matter of fact, way back in the first quarter.
Osakan UC with 4:15 left. Doyle up top. Now Nelson. McCreer with the flush. Under 4 left. Some anxious moments building on that north sideline. And Roberts fouled, the 6th team Woodford foul, and that's Wade's 4th.
Well, Roberts, very clever, knew he's going to reach for the ball and showed it to him and then turned his body to protect. Wade, the rookie, got the cheap foul, but it was the right call.
Doyle back in. So Woodford now 16 fouls. Neal to inbound. Over now Roberts. What will North do in the half court?
Well, they'll spread it, and they're wanting to get to the line, milk some free throws. They've got 3 guards on the floor. Not a good place for Roberts to kill his dribble.
There's Anderson as the recourse. Anderson drives. Oh, my. Nelson hit the floor very, very hard. It is a Woodford foul. And Nelson, a very, very hard foul. Good to see him up on his feet.
Well, he's a competitor. He didn't want to go out of the game. And he also didn't want to get dunked on.
That's his 4th foul. 9-point lead. Luke Anderson for 2. Only 2 points tonight. His size has been a factor, though. Seventh team foul, but Anderson fouled in the act. Back up to 10. Two big ones for Luke. He's got 4. But more importantly, a 54-43 North lead as we threaten the 3-minute mark. Johnson inside the lane. Roberts rebound.
Johnson short-armed it. I don't know if he was expecting the lob.
There's Neal and North Oldham. A big possession in the half court. Johnson veers right. Roberts gliding through traffic, back out to Scales. Got 30 seconds off this trip for North.
North keeping very good spacing where they can't be doubled up.
Now Roberts, this is his bread and butter right here. And a North timeout. David Levitch wants a full complement of time to discuss. North Oldham possession when we come back, up 11, 2-11 away from Rupp on Glycon.
Range Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
You're tuned in to the 8th Region Boys Basketball Tournament from Henry County High School on Glycon.
Mustangs plus 11, just over 2 minutes left. Boys 8th Region Championship game. Woodford's last trip to the Sweet 16 all the way back in 1986 out of the 11th Region. North Oldham, a newer school. Only one other regional final, that was last year, trying to get back here, and they've done that now. They'll try and advance to the Sweet 16. And Neal to trigger far sideline. Over now to Anderson. When do you start to foul, Gary? Oh, Nelson with a thievery, but Roberts gets it back, and Nelson's fouled out of the game.
Yep. Good amount of officiating there. Would have been real easy to call a T on Nelson for his behavior after the 5th foul, but the official chose not to. I think that's just good officiating.
So Roberts for 1 and 1. Dallas 11 points last night, all in the second half, and tonight only 10, but certainly his play has affected all keys in the North Oldham machinery. Jasper Johnson now in for Woodford County. Look down at both these rosters. There aren't too many seniors on these two teams. They're very, very bright 2023s for both these groups.
Well, you would think so just by looking at the teams here. Of course, nowadays you never know. There's so much movement.
Roberts. Did you get the sense that David Levitch was confident before this game?
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. Roberts
But
now with 12.
when you have a team like that led by really strong guard play, you can be confident.
Now Wade will handle. That is Doyle. Skip pass, White.
See, your problem with the big one now is he doesn't really contribute offensively.
Now he'll touch it. McCreer in tight confines. Johnson shot rejected by Anderson. And with 1:30 left, North Oldham with possession. Roberts will bounce it to Neal. And the Mustangs on the verge. Neal inside the lane. Back to Scales. Jerron Brown wants a foul, and there's a foul called. The 8th team foul at 1:04.
You know, Chris, North has played a really competitive schedule all year long, but you can kind of trace when they started really putting all the pieces together when they inserted a sophomore in the lineup. And, you know, Neal gives them that little extra scoring power, and he gives them that third ball handler to help out. They've got two big ones inside, so you don't actually need more size. And Neal has really kind of come on strong and helped them.
Scales now with 12. 13, that's a great point, and he does not shy away from the big shots either.
No, he doesn't.
Under a minute left. That's Wade with a ball fake. McCreer. And Scales has it. And Woodford with their 10th team foul. This was number 10. So 2 free throws for the Mustangs. And North Oldham, for the first time in school history, appears on their way to the state tournament. What's that feeling like, Coach, when you're down there on the sideline and it's looking good with 54.6 left?
Well, I'm going to tell you what. He's going to earn his money. You're never comfortable. I don't care what the lead. We were up 20 one time, and I just kept saying, come on, clock.
17-point North lead. A deep three from White. Anderson. And Wade be his 5th foul as he'll be called. This Woodford County team, just a fabulous season at 27 and appears to be 6. Top team statistically in the 8th region all season long, but tonight they ran into a North Oldham buzzsaw. And the Mustangs scorching hot from 3 early. And really Woodford never provided any resistance. Ben Becerra in for North. Keaton Witt is in. Neal and Anderson depart. And Roberts will shoot another. .44, now less than that. There's Smith. Doyle with a basket, and Woodford Going to call a 30, and we'll keep things right here with the 16-point North Oldham lead. Gary, for years, North Oldham has pretty much been known as the third school in the county from a basketball standpoint, always battling Oldham and South, and good to see him finally break through.
Well, it gives them a little bit of an identity now, and, in a county with 3 schools, right now, they certainly feel like they're the one with the number 1 program because they're still playing.
They sure are. North Oldham on the doorstep. Stay tuned for our postgame. We'll have a look at the most outstanding player, one representative from each team. Also recap this game and look ahead to both the girls and boys state tournaments. There is Witt. Deflected. That's Doyle finding Twomley for a quick 2. And Woodford will call another timeout. 28.9 left. And leave them with a pair. We'll update the ticker as well in our post game. A bevy of other regional finals going on, including J-Town and Doss in the 6th region. That game also being broadcast tonight on glycod.com. Justin Kale and Jeff Cooper live at Valley High School. You can flip over to that one at your leisure, of course. It all started in round 1 for North Oldham. A blitz, great attack versus a solid Walton Verona team. Beat an outstanding Collins team last night and dispatching a very good Woodford team tonight.
Very much. I'd be remiss not to mention, North takes advantage of a rule in Kentucky where the district runner-up and the winners both proceed. So they had to do it the hard way. They came out of the losers bracket in the region and won their way through.
Against 3 quality teams. And rest assured, Woodford will be back. So much young talent in that program, very well coached. But tonight it appears it's North Oldham's turn. They were here last year. They felt the despair, losing to their arch rival Oldham, and perhaps that did them well. And maybe, just maybe, the same will apply to Woodford in future years.
You never know. We'll know next year.
There is Doyle. That's going to rim in for White. He's got 5, and you can't take the timeouts to Versailles, so Woodford will take another. We'll take a quick break, be right back. Glycod.com.
Range Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
You're tuned in to the 8th Region Boys Basketball Tournament from Henry County High School on Glycod.
North Oldham possession. They'll have to inbound, perhaps hit another foul shot or 2, and then they're on their way. There is Roberts. And Witt. 2 more free throws. And congratulations, David Levitch. One of the nicer high school coaches we come across is Coach Levitch now in year 4. And he's done it the hard way, Gary.
Well, he has. And as my wife told me after we won our first, she said, now's a good time to get out of it while you're on top.
He's not going anywhere.
I don't think so.
Not with this group coming back as juniors. And Witt has that one rattle off. McCreer with a rebound. And a three for Woodford in the waning moments.
Yeah, White's started a little late tonight. Woodford made some big shots here, but all that's done is got them closer to the double-figure margin.
Jackets call their last timeout with 3.6 left, so some instructional moments inside that Woodford huddle.
Well, compliments to them, though, Chris. You know, it would have been easy for kids to just start chucking and ducking, and their kids have made their last 4 shots, you know, under duress. It's not like they were wide open. So finish strong. That's a good way to build on the beginning for next year.
Sure is. North led by 26 at half.
Well, just a ferocious first half. You know, shooting, threes, twos, rebounds, you name it.
Higdon was so strong. I mean, everybody that's suited up tonight for North that's been on the floor has contributed in a big way. And Ben Becerra, only fitting the football star would touch it as North to Rupp. Mustangs, Yellow Jackets, 2 class head coaches, 2 great programs. Shake hands at the scores table. North Oldham advancing to the Sweet 16. And we'll be right back on Glycon.
Looking for a realtor to help you buy or sell your property? Then look no further than John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher. John has helped hundreds achieve their goals through buying and selling real estate. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading to a larger home, or downsizing as an empty nester, John will work with you to help you get where you want to go. For a realtor that has supported the community for over 20 years and who has creative ideas, consistent communication, and dependable results, call John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher at 502-598-8378.
Looking for sound, prudent financial advice? Did you know that one of the brightest and best financial advisors is in your own backyard? Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions Incorporated has a mission to understand your long-term goals and to create a specific strategy just for you. Robin understands the challenges that face most of us today and offers fresh, out-of-the-box thinking that can put you on the road to financial freedom. Contact Robin Lawson today at 502-225-9900. That's 502-225-9900 or visit lawsonfinancial.net.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Winter is coming. The Farmer's Almanac is predicting a rough winter with teeth-chattering cold. Don't be caught unprepared. Call Thompson Heating and Cooling today for a special $99 HVAC checkup. Because the last time you want to find out your heat isn't working is when you really need it. At Thompson, we offer a 2-hour appointment window, so you won't be kept waiting all day. We are fully stocked and prepared, and 90% of our calls are repaired that day. And as always, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Call us today for express service.
A plan for the future is a plan for peace of mind. At Ritchie and Peach Funeral Home. Proud supporters of the Lady Bearcats and locally owned by 1985 AC graduate Brian Ritchie, they have been serving Lawrenceburg since 1991. Visit ritchieandpeach.com or phone 502-839-5151. Ritchie and Peach Funeral Home, 701 North Main Street. Helping you create the tribute of a lifetime. Community strong, serving Lawrenceburg for 20 years, Century Bank is Anderson County's locally owned bank. With a full suite of deposit, loan, and online products, plus a knowledgeable, friendly staff, Century makes everyday banking simple. Located at 201 West Woodford Street with online banking at centurybankky.com. Century Bank, our community, your bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Crestwood Coin Laundry, Oldham County's leading laundromat for over 25 years. Located at 6520 West Highway 146, Crestwood Coin Laundry offers state-of-the-art facilities in a clean, inviting atmosphere. You can wash and dry clothes yourself, or you can drop off your clothes in the morning and have them back clean, dry, and folded that afternoon. Their extra-large washers are perfect for comforters and large items, and all larger machines accept credit cards. They're open at 8 on weekdays and 7 on weekends for your convenience. Stop in or visit them online, CrestwoodCoinLaundryKY.com.
You're tuned in to the 8th Region Boys Basketball Tournament from Henry County High School on Glycod.
All-tournament team being mentioned, Dallas Roberts. Tournament MVP well earned as North Oldham moving on to the Sweet 16 for the first time in program history, defeating Woodford County 63-53. This North program started, I believe, 2006, if I'm not mistaken, Gary, and it's been a long jaunt to get to this point.
Very much so. Gone through a lot of coaches, a lot of administrators, and they've had their ups and downs, but you could quite arguably say right now they're at one of their highest moments.
Well, and one of their own, David Levitch, an alum of the Mustangs, all-time leading scorer at that high school, back to coach. His alma mater takes North to the Sweet 16. I want to mention a successful season for Woodford, and you touched on it, that how they fought back down at halftime by 26, but a credit to them how they continue to play hard. And I think Coach Brown, as he reflects and looks back, will realize this was a very good season.
Oh, I think so. You know, and sometimes it doesn't sink in for a few days because you're caught up. This is a whirlwind week for the regional tournament.
Leading scorer tonight for Woodford, Jasper Johnson unofficially 14. Aiden Nelson with 11. Brian White with 8 second-half points. Jackson Twomley 7. Mackay Smith 5. Santonio Wade with 4. Unofficially Tyler Doyle with 2. Mustangs boast 4 double-figure scores. Jack Scales with 17. Dallas Roberts, Ian Higdon each with 14. Grant Neal 12. Luke Anderson 4. Keith Witt with a 3 off the bench.
Well, the amazing thing about it too, Chris, I don't know if I can remember this ever happening. 4 of North's players named to the all-tournament team, and their 5th starter named the most valuable player. So all 5 starters.
Oh, wow. That's certainly something that we've not seen as the Mustangs claim their championship trophy. That'll be in the trophy case there in Goshen very, very soon. Take a break, be back for our Anderson Sales and Service Most Outstanding Player and a look ahead to the Girls State Tournament, that when we return on Glycod.
Welcome to WDRB Home Design here at Watts Home Center. We're talking paint colors today. Tommy, what are the hottest colors this season?
The hottest colors are gray. Grays are trending. You also have taupes, off-white. Benjamin Moore has over 4,000 colors, so we can find something that you like.
So if I wanted to color match my shirt, you could do it?
I can do it. We take our little color spectrometer here. It will take a picture of your shirt, tells us what color it is. We have true color lighting, so it helps us get the true color to match your color.
Do you have any tips for us to ensure a successful paint job?
The best tip I can give you is use the proper tools. You want to use a good paintbrush, you want to use a good roller. People always grab a roller frame, they just want to roll a wall. Grab a pole, whether it be an expensive good one, an inexpensive wooden one. It makes the job go so much easier when you're rolling that wall out.
The team at Watts Home Center can answer all your painting questions, so come on out to their location here in LaGrange. I'm Lindsay Cox for WDRB Home Design.
Today's game is presented in part by Sweet Mash, a great little store in the heart of Lawrenceburg.
Sweetmash.com.
Opened by 2 spirited Bearcat alumni who are proud community supporters, Sweet Mash carries a unique array of Southern goods, gifts, and apparel. Visit them at 101 South Main Street, just across from Lawrenceburg City Hall, or shop online at sweetmash.com. You can also follow this boutique gift shop on Instagram at Sweet Mash Goods.
Sweetmash.com.
Today's game is brought to you in part by Anderson Apothecary, the cure for the common drugstore. Anderson Apothecary, just across the street from the high school on Highway 127.
Kevin Woosley is a lifelong Oldham County resident. He's been a public servant for 30 years and is a former Kentucky State Police 911 administrator. Currently the District 3 Fiscal Court Magistrate, Kevin is a responsive politician. He favors improved broadband internet, more affordable housing, plus new roads and schools to meet the demands of a growing county. Re-elect Kevin Woosley for District 3 Magistrate.
I'm Kevin Woosley, and I approve this message.
Paid for and approved by Kevin Woosley for Magistrate. Are you looking for a realtor to help you buy or sell your property? Then look no further than John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher. John has helped hundreds achieve their goals through buying and selling real estate. Whether you're buying your first home, upgrading to a larger home, or downsizing as an empty nester, John will work with you to help you get where you want to go. For a realtor that has supported the community for over 20 years and who has creative ideas, consistent communication, and dependable results, call John Reynolds with Exit Realty Crutcher at 502-598-8378.
You're tuned in to the 8th Region Boys Basketball Tournament from Henry County High School on Glycod.
Mustangs advance to the Sweet 16. They will take on the winner of Region 3, Muhlenberg County and McLean County. As you see at the bottom of the ticker, that game very early, Muhlenberg by a point in the first half. Now for the most outstanding player, presented by Anderson Sales and Service for North Oldham. I mean, golly, with 4 or 5 choices, but we settled on Ian Higdon.
Very much so, and you hit on a great point there, Chris. Really balanced scoring tonight, and you can make a case for almost any of the starting 5.
Higdon exceptional at both ends, and then Jasper Johnson for Woodford. He is so talented, shown flashes, and unquestionably this Woodford team will be back. That'll wrap things up for wonderful 8th Region coverage. Thanks to the great folks at Henry County High School for hosting us a wonderful week here on Glycod.com. And a reminder, Coach and I back on the air in the girls' Sweet 16. A privilege to call the marquee matchup Thursday, 8:30 on the air at 8 for Sacred Heart, Gary and Anderson County.
We talk about marquee of the first round. It could be the marquee game of the entire girls' tournament.
The winner of that will take on the likely winner of George Rogers Clark and their opponent. So you look at that lower bracket, and it is murderer's row to win a state title.
If you're going to win it out of the lowers bracket, you can truly say, hey, we deserve it.
Wonderful night here, wonderful evening, and great crew at Glycod.com. Gary Forrest, our analyst, Takeevian Goss, our producer, Glycod.com, senior producer Steve Bird, and Clint Goins, our camera operator. I'm Chris LeBar. See you Thursday from Rupp High School Basketball Sweet 16 on Glycod.com. Good night.
Tonight's broadcast of the 2022 8th Region Boys Basketball Tournament from Henry County High School on Glycod was brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service, outdoor equipment specialists who make your life easier. By Century Bank in Lawrenceburg, our community, your bank. By Metro Windows, installers of high-quality windows. By Thompson Heating and Cooling, where your comfort comes first. By LaGrange Service Center, quality car care since 1964. By Watts Home Center in LaGrange, design that feels like home. By State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly. Robert Lane for Oldham County Sheriff. Roy's Body and Glass Shop. John Reynolds Realtor. And by Lawson Financial.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.